a stay-at-home working mom expecting another baby, I definitely have a lot of things in my life that I need to remember what's going on. I need to get things done around the house. I need to get work done. I need to plan out meals. I need to keep my kid entertained. There's a lot of stuff. So today I'm showing you how I'm able to manage it all and plan out my week in what I feel like is the most efficient way possible using my Erin Condren Life Planner. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a sit-down plan with me, so I'm excited to show you guys kind of my technique or process that I go through to be able to organize our family's life using my Erin Condren and also a block schedule, which I'll show you my block schedule here on my phone. And I feel like this helps me to be able to manage my time really well and get everything done that I have on my list. So I am a stay-at-home working mom, if that's what you want to call me. I want to sit down and plan out another week that I have coming up, and I thought I would show you guys how I do that with this Erin Condren and how I keep everything organized. If you haven't used Erin Condren before, I would highly recommend checking them out. I've used their planner every year since 2018 when I found out about them, and would highly recommend it. I love their life planner. I'll go ahead and leave a link to them down below. I have an affiliate link with them if you want to check them out. I know that the planners can be a little pricey, but I honestly think it's a great investment because they are such high quality planners, and you'll see more of it when I show you this plan with me. They have the cutest designs that you can customize your planner, and they're really fun. So let's get into it so you can see how I use this planner to plan out all of my week and tackle my to-do list. So here's a look at my Erin Condren. I love all the customizations that you can do. I chose like a gold binding, the cover, all the fun things. All right, so let me go to March of 2022. And as I'm filming this, it is March 1st. So I need to start filling out this monthly view, but I'm not going to be showing that for the purpose of this video. But I like being able to write out in this section of the planner, like just family appointments and plans that we may have for the month, and just keep it like really high level to be like, oh, doctor's appointment on this day, or you know, whatever that's going to be, or like, oh, we'll be out of town, or we're gonna see a concert, which you guys will see in the weekly. But I just like having this like of an at a glance kind of thing to just know like what our big plans are. And then the weekly is where we get into the actual planning. So we are going to be planning the week of March 7th through the 13th in this video. One thing I love about the planner too is the high quality paper. It's really thick and high quality. So I have the vertical layout, so it comes with these 3 different like boxes, and I'll show you why I like to use that and how I use that for my planning. So let me get out my pens. I have some Erin Condren fine tip markers, and let's get to planning. So the first thing that I do is I use this first box to be family plans and appointments. So like I said, this is going to be like the big things that I need to plan around for the week. So big things that we have coming up this week are that we are actually going to be out of town. We are going to Phoenix, Arizona this week, and we're really excited about it. So we come back on Tuesday, so I'm just going to write Phoenix here through Tuesday, so that these couple days, actually I won't have a whole lot going on because we're going to be out of town. So I'm gonna set low expectations there. So then we have Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. Friday, we are going to the Justin Bieber concert. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Justin Bieber was supposed to come in 2020 and then that got canceled. So now he's coming this year. So really excited to go to the concert. My husband Jacob and I are going together. So we are looking forward to that. And then we have our weekend, Saturday and Sunday, which we don't have any plans for. But those are like the big family plans here. And we're gonna come back to this, but let me get into my next section to show you guys all the sections that I use. The next section that I will use is going to be household. And this is going to be my list of household to-dos. So here maybe you want to include like things that need to be cleaned each day, or you can include like budgeting. So like actually every Sunday I do a budget check-in. So I'm going to write this here on Sunday, budget check-in. Okay, and then other household things like every day I want to do like a kitchen cleanup, and we have to vacuum because we have a toddler. So I'm going to include that for every day. All right, so now I have all of those entered in, and then I will put some additional household things that I need to take care of. So we get back from our trip on Tuesday. So I'm going to make Wednesday, I'm going to say like unpack. And that is going to be a bigger task to do. And then Thursday, let's do mopping. And as I'm now writing all of this in, I realized that kitchen cleanup and vacuuming isn't going to be happening when we're out of town. So whoops, that was a mistake. And I need to remember that these days are going to be in Phoenix. So I'm just going to bring this all the way down here because these days are like not going to have any household related things because we're going to be out of town. So forget that I put the little household chores there. We don't need to worry about that this week. The other thing that we need to do this week on Saturday, I'm going to do a toy swap. So it's important for us to like move around our son Peter's toys so that he stays interested in things. So every like 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how much interest he has like in his toys, I'll then do like a toy swap. So I will swap that out on Saturday. Friday, we could do bathrooms. I basically just try to assign like one bigger chore each day to do, along with the regular just like tidying up that we'll do around the house. We are also getting to the nesting season as I'm expecting another baby here in a few months. So we are going to be doing some more organizing and cleaning out of things, which I will add to like this household list. That would be in like the household of like organize the closet or like organize baby clothes or like whatever. I would just add that to this household block. Okay, now let's take a look at the next block. This is my work block. So these are all of my work to-dos, things that I need to do for my business. Since I am self-employed, I need to make sure that I'm like staying on track and getting those things done. And this is something that's obviously going to be different for all people. I'll just put in a couple of things so you guys can get the idea. But like on Thursday, I'm going to have my film day. So I'm going to say film 4 videos. And then every night now I've actually been editing a video. So I'm gonna add that to my list. Edit video. So you get the idea. And then other days I will fill in like additional work tasks that I need to do to get those done. And because I am a stay-at-home working mom, I have a lot of stuff to balance. So I don't want to put like too many things on my to-do list, but just a realistic amount of things that I know I can get done during the day. But like Friday, maybe that'll be my day to look at products, my own products that I sell, and things like that. So just doing little tasks throughout the week. Okay, now I want to visit the side here of the planner. So first off, I mean, this is the week of March. So let me underline the week that it is, just so that we know what's going on. Okay, so this section of the planner is just like a bunch of lines, and I love that it's very open-ended because you can decide however you want to utilize the planning space. But what I want to do here is write down some activities. I feel like as a stay-at-home working mom, it's hard to balance like doing all of the kid activity things with getting things done around the house and trying to even think through like what are some activities that I can do with my son. So I will literally write down the ideas of activities that I have for him. And some days we may do just one because then he's entertained with like other things going on. Or other days we may go through like 4. But it's just nice to have like a list of ideas of things that we can do together. Everything from Play-Doh to crayons. I mean, these aren't like crazy activities, right? We have dinos and rice, sensory bin, a water play. There are a ton of other like Instagram accounts where you can like find activities to do with your kids, or like Pinterest. So I'd recommend checking that out. Like Busy Toddler on Instagram is a really great one, full of great ideas of like activities to do with your kids. But another thing I've shared about is Love Every. We get the Love Every toys, their subscription play kit. We absolutely love them. And with each play kit comes with this play guide, and it has a bunch of information in it. I will leave a link to Love Every down below, and you can check them out if you want. They have like Montessori inspired toys, and we really love them. They're really high quality, really great toys. Peter loves them. And they have this section in the play guide with more activities. So then if I'm ever like, I I don't know what to do. Then I go here and they have a whole list of like different activities that you can do. So cap twisting board. Okay, so then I can look at that and know like, oh, how do you do it? Like, what does this mean? What do I need? So I can get some ideas for activities here as well. So maybe I'll take like an activity or two from here and read more about it and kind of plan out that to do for the week. Okay, now I want to come back up to the family plans section of our calendar. And this is where I will maybe put on some like activity ideas that we may have for Peter for the week, and maybe some like bigger activities that may be going on, especially things like getting out of the house. Honestly, I would love to try and do something like once a day of getting out of the house. And literally sometimes in my planner, that means on like one day I'll literally put like go to Target and have some sort of outing, right? Or going to the library, like maybe Friday during the day we have library day, and just like doing those kinds of things to get out of the house. Or then like Thursday, like park day. I mean, it's still pretty cold where we're at, pretty rainy. We live in Portland, Oregon, but I am hoping that soon we can start going to the zoo more. We love getting to go to the zoo, and I will like write, you know, zoo day on the calendar. So just having even like, you know, small things or just like little outings to do every day is so helpful for my mental state. So I just like to include that in the planner. And I'm not specifically doing this like color coded with anything, but you could color code all of this if you want to. And for those people who love to color code things, maybe this is annoying to you, that household activities and this is all in the same color. But that's, I don't know, I just chose the color. So that is kind of the look of my Erin Condren. You kind of get the idea of it. I have more things to fill in, but I won't bore you with all the details of like the specific things I need to do for my work. But this is where I will just like make little check boxes so that I can check things off as we go through the week, so that I can stay on schedule with my tasks. So I want to show you guys how I incorporate then all of these tasks and things in my planner into my daily schedule. So I made a block schedule in my Google Calendar, so I'm going to pull that up and I'll show you guys here on the screen as well what that looks like. So let's take a look at like Monday of March 7th. So I have at 6:30, I plan to wake up and get ready. I found that it's really helpful for me to wake up a little bit before my son does. He gets up at 7, or sometimes he wakes up a little bit early, but he just hangs out in his crib till 7. So I like to get up, get myself ready, and it's like a good way for me to start my day rather than just like chasing my day as it goes because I don't feel prepared for it. So it's very helpful for me as a mom, especially like staying home, to be able to like get myself ready and get myself going for the day. Next, I have 7 o'clock. I have this big chunk of time from 7 to 11:30, which is labeled as Peter time, my son Peter. So this is where we will do all of these like family plans and activities that I mentioned, where we'll do like the get out of the house and do whatever. Like we have done toddler gymnastics, we have zoo day, there's, you know, library time, like all these other things that you can do with your kids. And I found that as a stay-at-home mom, just getting out of the house once a day is so beneficial for all of us, and it really helps like break up the day, make the day go by faster. And I feel like it's so beneficial for Peter as well to have like that outside exposure and get to do things out of the house. So once a day we'll try and do something, get out of the house, and even if that's like a trip to grandma's house to say hi or do something. And another thing that I like to try and do every day, which I'm not the best at during these winter months, is to get outside, because Peter loves to be outside. And whether it's raining or sunshine, he loves the outside time. And I know that's so beneficial for kids as well. So it's harder for me to be sitting outside in the rain while he's playing, but I know that it's so beneficial for him. So I try to get like a couple things like done off of our list. Like our list of to-dos as a stay-at-home mom are basically to make sure he's fed, and then to do like get out of the house and get outside time every day. Like if I can do all three of those things, then great, it's been a successful day. And sometimes it doesn't happen to do all three. Sometimes there's indoor days. Like yesterday it was so rainy and I was like, no, there's no way. But those are things that we try and do during Peter time, and as well as like at 7 a.m. we're making breakfast, you know, doing those sorts of things. I mix snack in there at an appropriate time. And then all of these activities that I have listed in my planner, I will then incorporate in between those times, in between snack, getting outside the house and doing other things like that. He also has his toys, and so he'll play with his Love Every toys during those lulls as well. So even if I have like 2 activities a day that we can do, if he is having a harder time like doing independent play or something like that, then I have a list of things that I know I can get out that we can do an activity together. And so I don't like to plan all of those to like every specific day to like, we're gonna do Play-Doh at this time and coloring at this time, but instead just have the option available so that I can be a judge of like how the day is going, and if I need to do another activity, then I have a list of ideas here and I'm not scrambling to figure out like, oh, what could we do? But instead, I know exactly some ideas of things that we could do. Okay, so then at 11:30 is when we eat lunch, and then at 12 we get ready for nap. So that means we go upstairs, change diaper, read books, have like peaceful time to get ready for nap. And then Peter goes down for nap at 12:30, and he'll nap till maybe about 2 o'clock, 12:30 to 2. And this is when he has nap time and I have work time. And during that chunk of time for our block schedule is when I will then work on tackling the things that are on my to-do list here for work. So I have an hour and a half during nap time to get like these things done that I have listed. So it's a smaller chunk of time, but that just helps me to also know like, okay, nap time is when we're going to get like, you know, X, Y, and Z done, and gives me that like framework, like that mindset of, instead of wasting nap time. I know that it can be so easy to just like be scrolling on your phone and then you realize that nap time is over. But instead, if I actually have it planned out to be like, this is your dedicated time to get this stuff done, then I'm be more inclined to get it done because I know that I have this chunk of time set aside for that. So that's what I do during nap time. And then once Peter wakes up at 2 o'clock, we have 2 to 3:30 of more Peter time, which means more play, activities, we'll have snack, and that is a shorter little chunk of time. I also sometimes will do screen time during this afternoon chunk if we need to. And then at 3:30, my husband actually gets off of work. He works from home like for an employer, but he gets done at 3:30. So he will come out of his office, and I actually get the benefit of then having my own personal time at 3:30. So from 3:30 to 4, that's my like relax, recharge time, and I'm trying to be better about like getting my walking in. And we haven't been going on like walks right now since it's winter. We haven't been going on a lot of like walks outside with a stroller, so I at least will then hop on the treadmill for like 30 minutes and watch a YouTube video, or like, you know, listen to a podcast or something that I like while I'm getting my walk in. So that's what I'll do at 3:30. Now at 4 o'clock we start our dinner time cooking, and so I'll start doing all of the dinner prep and get everything ready starting at 4, and then at 5 o'clock we eat dinner all together as a family, and then we have family time. So from 5 to 6:15 it's all of us together eating dinner, picking up dinner, and hanging out together for the evening. And then we start Peter's bedtime routine at 6:15. So we'll go upstairs and do bath and get his jammies on and read books and all the snuggles, and then he is down in his crib by 7 o'clock. So then I have this tiny little block that you can barely see, but I have household chore on here for 15 minutes. So while one of us is putting Peter down for bed, like one of us is doing book reading and everything, that's probably like a half-hour chunk of time. It doesn't need to be that long that you like read to your kids before bed, but we just really enjoy that time that we have with Peter of like reading to him, and he loves it too. So one of us will like read to him for like probably a half hour, while the other one is doing some other like pickup, cleanup downstairs, and working on some sort of chore like sweeping or mopping or vacuuming like downstairs and those kinds of things. And so one of us will do that while the other one's putting Peter down. Once we put him down at 7 o'clock, then I have a 15-minute chunk of time here for a household chore. And this is something that Jacob and I together can just tackle and get done quickly, because if the two of us are doing something for 15 minutes, you'd be surprised at how much you could actually get done. So this is when we would we'd organize something, and this is maybe like 15 to 30 minutes or something. But last night we organized our downstairs closet. It took a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but took everything out, you know, figured out what we needed, what we could get rid of, and then put things back. So we try just to give a little bit of a, we try and put a time limit on this so that we don't get carried away, but it's nice to have that chore listed there. And so that is when we can do other things that I have listed on this, like household to-dos, like the chores to do, like sweeping, mopping, bathrooms, vacuum, like all that kind of stuff would be during that window. The next thing that we have is TV time / computer tasks. So Jacob and I will sit down and watch a show together, and we'll watch TV for like an hour. And during that time, I have out my computer and I'm getting done things that I need to on the computer, like budgeting, like paying bills, scheduling things that need to be scheduled, like household admin kind of tasks I'll do during that time, or like planning out my week. That's typically when I'll do that. I'll sit down during that time and plan things out, do more like household admin type things while we have like just a random TV show going on in the background. Next, I have my nightly reset at 8:15, which just means making sure the house is picked up and ready for the next day. So I don't know about you guys, but I love waking up and coming downstairs to a house that's like fresh and clean. Like if the kitchen is cleaned up, things are put away, if the living room is, you know, picked up, it just is a better restart for the day. So for 15 minutes, if I can just spend a little bit of time putting away the dishes that were on the drying mat, getting things picked up that were, you know, kind of loosely out, then it sets me up for a better morning the next day. So I just take 15 minutes out of my time to do that. Then at 8:30, I have my shower time. That's when I will shower, get ready for the night. And then I have here between 9 to 10 o'clock is more work time for me. And this is what I have as dedicated video edit time. Like I said, I edit like every night, I work on editing videos. So this is my chunk of time when I do that from 9 to 10. And then from 10 to 10:30, I'll have like my relaxing, unwinding time, and Jacob and I can catch up more and spend time together and just be able to like relax and get ready for bed, and we are like lights out by 10:30. So this is my entire block schedule. As you can see, it's pretty like slow in the mornings, which is why I'm a huge fan of like getting out of the house once in the morning, because it helps break up that really big chunk of time. And then once we hit like lunchtime and nap, it really goes by pretty quickly. So the other thing I've noticed is that like my block schedule changes as time goes on, as our family changes. And I did a video not so long ago about block scheduling, and I showed you my schedule then, and it looks different now than it did then. So you just have to use your block schedule to work however is going to be best for you in this season. And I just kind of follow the schedule of like, I have this chunk of time to get these, you know, to work on these specific tasks, and I have a chunk of time to work on these ones. And sometimes not all the things get done, and that's okay. And there may be some days where like I won't get everything done on Wednesday, but then for the rest of the week, like I want to get those things done. So sometimes like on the weekend when it's Jacob and I at home, then we can tag team some more things and get like a few more of those household chores or things like that done for the weekend. So that is just a little glimpse into how I organize and structure my day with using my Erin Condren life planner and also my block schedule. I love having this in Google, and then it just like beeps at me, it alerts me when it's time to move on to the next thing with my block schedule, which is really helpful. So that is how I organize my life as a stay-at-home working mom. And I feel like this structure has really helped us to be able to manage it all and enjoy life and also get stuff done. So it's been so helpful for my like mental health to have this schedule. So I hope that maybe that was helpful for you. And also don't forget, I will leave a link to Erin Condren in the description box below. You can check out their life planners, would highly recommend it. The way that I have mine set up is the vertical layout, and it is the neutral version. I think it's the Flora version. Yeah, Flora, that's the new one that they have, Flora. So you can check it out, customize your own planner there, but that's how I love to use mine. So thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.